Happy Monday, Freeburg fans, and welcome to the first ever edition of the Burg Briefing, a weekly show recapping all the sporting events of last week and looking ahead to all the games, matches, and meets of this week. Without further ado, let's jump right in. First up, we have the boys and girls varsity track and field team who competed at the Illinois Top Times Indoor State Meet last Saturday. They had 3 top 5 finishers, with Matt Pluff placing 4th in high jump, Anne-Marie Trippman placing 3rd in 60-meter hurdles, and the biggest story of the meet, Zach Duffy placing 1st in the 800-meter. Congratulations to all of them on their hard-earned medals. They'll have a slew of different meets this weekend at Triad, East Alton Road River, and Belleville West, but make sure to be at FCHS on April 14th to cheer them on at the second and final home meet, the Wiseman-Henning Invitational. Unfortunately, baseball has rained out of both their games last week, but they're hoping to play in all their games this week at Waterloo on Monday versus Columbia on Tuesday, at Columbia on Thursday, and against Alton on Saturday. The Midgets are looking to bolster that 3-2 record following the opening week of the season. Softball took a rough 8-1 loss Monday at Waterloo. However, their underclassmen are still showing promising signs on both sides of the ball, accounting for 4 of their 6 hits in that game, 2 of which coming from freshman infielder Kylie Witten, and with Aubrey Waltz, who towed the rubber and allowed only 4 earned runs in her 5th start of the season. Girls soccer took an uncharacteristic 6-0 loss to a phenomenal Altoff team last Monday, but are looking to bounce back today at Mater Dei and at conference opponent East Alton Road River Tuesday before squaring off against Granite City at home on Thursday. Boys volleyball won their first ever set in program history at Collinsville last Monday, but unfortunately lost the next 2 sets, going all the way to 27-25 in the 3rd set. However, they bounced back and won their first home game against Bunker Hill, dominating both sets. Then they played a great game at Father McGivney on Thursday. However, they couldn't catch up to the experienced Griffins and lost out in 2 sets. They'll play again this Saturday in a humongous tournament at Belleville East. That'll do it for the first edition of the Burg Briefing. Make sure you subscribe to FCHS Athletics on YouTube and follow FCHS 77 Athletics on Instagram as well to stay up to date on all the latest Freeburg content. Also, make sure to get out to one of baseball, softball, or soccer's home games this week, and tune back in next week for another episode of the Burg Briefing. Until then, keep on cheering, Midget Nation.